Okay, this is Mike from The Rock Show, and I am in the presence of French royalty, shall we say. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Joseph from Gojira.
Nice to meet you, man. You're in the middle of quite a big UK tour. How's it going for you?
It's going very well. It's a very important tour for us.
Yeah.
We didn't headline enough, in our opinion, on the previous album.
Yeah.
So this time we decided it's time for us to go for it. And there's a strategy very often from managements and record companies that says that we should play small clubs and make sure they're sold out, and you know how it works to create the buzz. On this run, we decided to try bigger venues and to see how many people will show up. And in London it was sold out, in Copenhagen it was sold out.
Okay.
We had a few gigs, very successful and rewarding for us. You
did a short run of UK dates when the album came out. Well, I'm guessing this is the first proper tour.
Exactly.
How's the album been received now it's been out for a while? How's it going in Camp Gojira?
Really good. It's true that you can really dig an album and really love it.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't work on stage, it's a little frustrating for the fans. And it seems that people react super good to the songs. For us, it's a challenge always to play new songs on stage, and it's pretty technical.
Yeah.
The voice is very challenging also for me. I have to be in a great shape to be able to do the full set. But it's doing pretty good so far.
How do you prepare then before going on stage to get your voice in good shape?
Well, I warm up, for about half an hour or something.
Okay.
I could do an hour to be really to go more far, but I never had lessons, for example, so I have my own technique. Okay. Maybe I should think, taking lessons.
Seem to be doing all right without them.
Yeah.
The record was recorded in New York with Josh Wilbur.
Yes.
How was it working with him?
It was really good. I think he working with a producer when you're a band that does everything. Yeah. It's not easy. Because our thing is to make no compromise at all, and we usually produce our albums ourselves, and he is a producer. Like he cannot help it.
Some of the acts he's worked with is phenomenal.
Yeah, he worked with Lamb of God a lot, and he did some other very good stuff. Sorry, he won a Grammy for I don't remember the name of this artist, but he's very talented and has a lot of knowledge. But I asked him, can you just record and I'll produce, I feel more comfortable this way. And he said, you know what, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to be a little, I'm going to have at least co-produce with you because I cannot help it. And he really, I had a couple of meetings with him, and he assured me I can bring something to you guys. And so we decided to trust him, and the things that he brought were very interesting. It will go from choosing the right symbol for the right song, small details like that, to other stuff more important. But basically, what we do with Gojira, when we go in the studio, the songs are already produced. The structure of the song, the melodies, the intention behind the song, everything. So he didn't have a lot of room for to work, but he did a great job.
Are you constantly writing whilst you're on the road as well, or is it literally you write, go on the road, write, go on the road?
That would be this. We take time to write, and then when we're on the road, we focus on the show, and it's a lot of energy to give. So I don't know how other bands do, but maybe I'll find one riff, in the entire tour. Right. But I'm not in the composing mode.
Do you take influence from going on tour, though? Is there certain aspects of tour that you can use to draw on when you're writing lyrics?
Oh, yes, of course. Everything is connected, the way the songs evolve live. Sometimes there's a part of a song that doesn't really work, so the guitars will do something different just for the live version of the song, will hit a higher note or something, and it will give us new ideas on how to compose for the next album. And also the interaction with the crowd. The songs are breathing, they come to life really on stage, and we see how people embrace the songs.
Yeah.
And it's not just trying to please the fans. It's also how we see how our sound reacts with the outside world, not just with our ears. So it's really interesting. We learn a lot from touring, definitely.
Have you found or been shocked by the reaction that some of the tracks have got, becoming a fan favourite on the live set, and you thought other songs might have been?
Yeah. We don't really have singles, you know. When we make albums, we don't have hooks. We have no songs on the radio. I mean, mainstream radio. Thank God you are here. You know what I mean, like the metal radios and stuff. But we cannot. We don't have like a single. So it's really the song that will please the fans the most will become the single. For example, on the second album we have that song Remembrance. That everybody wants to hear just because of the ending, because there's a technical part, whatever the reason is, but we can never plan what's going to be the hit.
So when I put up on social media that I was coming to interview you guys, we had some questions coming from the radio show fan base. One of them was from one of the local bands, Flame Fracture. The lead singer Ray is mesmerised by the polyrhythmic sounds of tracks like Explosia, but also wants to know how you get the guitar tones to sound so earth-shattering, he said.
We our inspiration comes from mainly our love of nature, our love of power, you know, like true power, you know, the power that comes from a volcano or from a wave or from a big animal like an elephant or a whale, you know, and we are kind of fascinated by this, and we try to recreate this through the music. So sometimes we would have the image of an avalanche, you know, and let's create this fucking avalanche, you know, and with music, and
so have you been out and actually recorded monumental sounds like that? Or is it something you try and emulate using computers?
Yeah, we don't
technology.
We don't really do that. We're not geeks, you know. We don't know how to use really a computer or a microphone. But no, I'm saying that, but it's wrong, because we do record ourselves and we do mix and stuff. But it's more, you know, it's very organic. It comes through us. We are part of nature, you know. You're made of, you know, stars and dust and mountains and forests. We are organic material, so we have all this in us, and that's what's interesting for us, is to let this go, you know, through our instruments. It's just a
natural energy that courses through the music then.
And certain notes, certain vibrations will really tell a story. For example, if you take a high note and you go, it's gonna be the wind, you know. But if you go, you know, it's gonna be, oh my God, it's like you know, it's stones moving, you know, earthquake, you know. And it depends what we want to express, but we like to use these things, you know.
What are your plans for 2013? Are you going to be back in the UK touring again? Is there festivals lined up at all or anything like that?
Yes, I'm actually not sure I am allowed to talk about the plans because they're not confirmed. You know how it is.
Yeah, it's always that time of the year.
But I can say that definitely that we will come back to in the UK.
Awesome.
Pretty soon, in around March or April or something.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's
we're
cool.
planning on a couple of shows. You know, not like this one. This one is you know, we're doing a lot of shows, so some of them are sold out in you know, big venues, and it's like and our ego is all pumped and wow, look what we've done, you know. And then the day after, we're in a small town and we don't have enough room to put our stage set up and all that, the production. So we would like to make another run to make sure that we can deliver a big show, you know, with the full production. That's what we're trying to do on this tour, but it's not possible on every gig, so it's a little frustrating.
No. Okay, I get you. What are you listening to at the moment on the tour bus as you travel around the UK? What kind of tracks on your MP3 player?
I usually listen to a lot of music on tour, but on this tour I don't really listen to a lot of stuff. Right.
Is there anything that's...
I actually listen to Tripalium a lot. the opening band, the opening act. There are two of them.
It's an all French lineup today as well, isn't it?
Yes, correct. Yeah. So Tripalium and Clone, they're very talented bands, very, very good musicians. And one of them, Tripalium, is very close to us in the genre. You know, they play a kind of very groovy death metal.
Yeah.
And I love these guys. They're really animals, man. But they're super tight and super amazing.
Are there any other French bands we should be looking out for? Because here in the UK, obviously, there's a massive metal scene anyway.
Oh, yeah.
And it's quite hard, I guess, for French and mainland Europe bands to try and break into the UK, whereas you guys have been.
Yeah.
Who should we be looking out for besides the two you've already mentioned?
My God, there would be so many of them. But Mario, maybe t'as une idée d'un groupe français qu'on pourrait...
Citer?
Ouais.
Animal.
Ouais, mais ils sont en train de splitter, donc...
Hypnose.
Hypnose, they're from Montpellier. There's also a huge black metal scene, highly respected in the US, in Scandinavia. I'm always surprised. Oh, I'm a huge fan of that band. Like, people from outside of France say, talk to me about the black metal scene.
Yeah.
I don't listen to black metal so much. I respect it and I like it, but I'm not like a fan of black metal.
Okay.
But it seems like we have a lot of very, very good bands in France, apparently. You know, I was not aware of that.
That pretty much sums it up. Good luck with everything for
Thank
2013. It's been an honour and a pleasure chatting to you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.